Добрий день, пані та панове. Вітаємо вас в нашому прес-центрі.
We continue our work, the briefing about the further successes of how to clean Kyiv from illegal advertisement. I invite Vasyl, Gatsko, head of Democratic Alliance faction in the Kyiv Council. Good morning, friends. We'll begin with the good news. And please show the next slide on my presentation. We have something to brag about, and we put some efforts. And now, at least on one street in Kyiv, we don't have illegal advertisement. That's Petrosahedachno Street. And last briefing, when I made a presentation here in Ukrainian Crisis Media Center, we took this street as an experiment, and here's the end. Here we have the results. On Sayadachno Street, we found 16 advertisement over the street. You see them stretched ads over the street, above the street, and so we collected information about advertisement, and So on that street, there must not be any advertisement like this, according to all documents. But because of collection of information, we made it public, and because of meetings with the city mayor on one of the streets of Kyiv, we were able to have some order. Here's the next slide. Here's how the street looks like now. I'd like to remind you, as Kyiv budget didn't lose any kopeck of that, because that was illegal shadow advertisement that was placed there without any permission. Show one more slide, and one more. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that Sayadachno Street is 70 meters from the office of two structures that are responsible for control, organizing of street advertisement, outdoor advertisement in Kyiv. That is the Department on Advertisement. It's in Borichev's 8. It's 70 meters from the street. And Municipal Enterprise Kyiv Reklama. Absolutely clear that for years the shadow advertisement on the streets of Kyiv feeds corrupted officials, and I would like to tell you that we have all the reasons to say that there are concrete officials, and they are directly interested for that situation doesn't change. Problems of Kyiv with outdoor advertisement, like there are too much advertisement downtown on nuclear rules. Those things were decided many years ago, and for long these issues were not solved. And the reason is that one of the reasons of those problems why they were not solved is because of the corruption in the city council. What we do now, in particular, so we make it public to those schemes that are used in the capital around outdoor advertisement. That is only against corrupted public servants. After the first briefing, we received lots of requests from operators of the market, from citizens. So the problem is important. This issue is important for our residents, and the situation, making it publicity about the outdoor advertisement and about the market, it can be directed at business. Against business. I would like to tell you once again that we clearly understand that if we don't solve the issue of the market outdoor advertisement market that is in the hands, and that is the responsibility of concrete public servants in the capital, who are responsible or are responsible now for that industry. And very briefly, I would like to inform you that in order to receive such a result, small result, aesthetic, nice, beautiful, for residents of Kyiv, it's one of all streets, and now it's out of illegal advertisement. We had to do some steps. We collected information, and we ran our investigation, and we took pictures on this street and on some others, and we organized publicity and mass media, and also we had a meeting with the mayor, city mayor. Now we'll talk about what the Democratic Alliance did later. After that, a small success in Kyiv. All Kyiv is divided into 5 areas. 5 areas for placement of different formats of advertisement and on different streets. Just for you to have a clear idea about what we checked, what we examined on the second stage of our street inspections, I will tell you what about those areas and what elements. There are 5 of them. In 0 area, it is prohibited to place external outdoor advertisement. So there's area 1, it's downtown mostly, and the second area, almost downtown. We speak about limitations. So the first area, that's up to 2 square meters, and that's where they can place outdoor advertisement on streets and squares in that area. And the second, it's up to 8 square meters, and then the third one up to 36, and area 4. This is subject to inspections on the streets of Kyiv. We decided to examine the first, second, and 0, 1, and 3 areas. And this is what we found. We found about 250 units of advertisement in the first and second area. They are placed and there with violations. Some of them don't have even permission, some of them, and there is some manipulation when they place some advertisement, like a big board for 18 square meters, and they got permission for 2 square meters. So they got a permission for 2, and they placed advertisement on A18, all very often on banners for 200 square meters, 300 square meters, because they are placed on big areas. And we found about 250 for 20,000 square meters of illegal advertisement in the first and the second area. And this is only a part. This is the first area. And we have a lot of buildings, public buildings. They belong to the state, the Ministry of Defense. There is the building in where we are now, and it is a part of State Department on Affairs. There is a big banner, big advertisement that is bigger than 40 square meters.
More. That's the second zone. More. These are central streets, central squares, basically the whole list of the registered put with violations or absolutely illegal promotion materials will be submitted to us by us to the city mayor. I would like to say that we have met with Vitaly Klitschko. Recently we discussed absolutely sincerely, openly two topics which are of concern, and these are the illegal cash collections at the parking places, and here we did not find understanding. We have absolutely different position on that. And the second one is this external advertisement promotion. Sagaidatchnova Street is basically free of all that, and that became possible thanks to his political will. I would like our city mayor, Vitaly Klitschko, the person who took commitments to organize everything with the external advertisement. He has become our ally, and I will talk about our further steps, about our further requirements, and we would like the authorities of the city to put all possible efforts to address all these issues. Before I talk about our action plan, I would like to again emphasize what are our main objectives. First, absolutely obvious is the fact that we need less advertisement in this city. That could be achieved without terrorizing the existing companies in the market, but removing only illegal advertisement. If we manage to do that, then the city will breathe freely. Second, we want that people pay for the advertisement displaced in the capital, so that the money is paid not into the pockets of civil servants but to the city budget. Kyiv Council has approved the municipal budget, and basically the revenues from the advertisement, this money will be used to pay for providing meals to children in the city. Basically, we do have a lot of advertisement, but we do not have children in school who receive enough meals. The banners that I have demonstrated to you, all these things show how Kyiv does not receive millions of hryvnias. Just in one street, we discovered 16 units of such advertising structures. But for the whole of Kyiv, the city authorities issued only 10 certificates for putting such structures. All these structures are in the shadow, and talking about the revenues to the budget, it was planned that the revenues from that were to be just 1%, and there are many more billboards and city lights and other structures. So our task number one for the advertisement, which is displaced in the capital, the money for that should go not into the pockets of civil servants but to the budget. And we would like to have a competitive market of advertisement in the capital. What's happening today? This is the attempt to limit the competition and to increase the share of illegal market. From the 1st of January, as far as we know, not a single permit for advertisement was issued. That means that those whose permits expired, they cannot put their advertisement. A new players cannot come to the market. So the conditions have been created when the competition in the market was limited on purpose. So our objective is to have less advertisement. Second objective is to get more money to the budget and to create the competitive market in the capital. Today we register the draft resolution of the Kyiv Council about creating the provisional control commission on inspecting the communal enterprises, and this resolution is about the task for this provisional control commission, the mandate, and we understand who will participate in the work of this commission. These are the representatives of Samopomich, the representatives of Svoboda, Batkivshina, of Radical Party of Ukraine, Democratic Alliance, representatives of those who are self-appointees, those who are outside of factions. We still have not a single representative of Udar here. I would like to mention that that resolution and setting up the provisional commission could be not approved. It could not even be included into the agenda unless we have the votes of Udar and Solidarность. In Kyiv, Kyivites during the latest elections to the Kyiv Council gave almost 2/3 of votes to Udar Solidarность, which means that the power in the capital belongs to one political force, just like in different commissions in Kyiv Council. And when I was saying that we are looking for an ally, I mean the mayor of the Kyiv, we expect that Udar and Solidarность will give votes for setting up such temporary or provisional control commission, which will be inspecting the communal enterprises, and I believe that the representative of this political force, Oleg Kalinichenko, the MP from Udar Solidarность, he is the head of Kyiv Reklama, of Kyiv Advertising Company, of this communal company, understanding that we now have a very clear understanding that today the inspection and setting up of this provisional control commission is possible only if Vitaly Klitschko really wants to bring order in this sphere. So today we will register our draft resolution, and in the nearest future we will have the meeting with the city mayor to get his support. If there is a desire to really make everything organized in this sphere, then we need to understand that even if there are some violations made by the nearest surrounding of the team, but they will have to approve unpopular decisions. Thank you. Any questions? I have the first question. What's the volume of violations? Can you assess that after the complete inspection of all advertisement in the capital? We could be talking about that. We did that inspection in autumn, but we have not seen the results of this inspection. There's a big problem which complicates the control of the external advertisement in the capital, and that is hiding of the database of advertisement, talking about expert evaluations which were made by people who have been in the market for a long time. Today, the volumes of the funds not received by the budget is about 200 million hryvnias, but our objective should not be to get as much as possible money to the budget. There should be a reasonable balance here. Kyiv should be a comfortable city, and part of the illegal advertisement should be removed.
After you gave information last time about banners, was anybody punished? Is there any investigation about? You spoke about 20 million that were in the shadow. Anybody was punished, or just they took away banners from one street? There is an official part, so we send letters to the mayor, to local city authorities, and a part of our requests have not received answers because it's not. There is a certain procedure here, and there is an official part. But if cleaning of the street, that's a result of a publication of our work and political will of Vasyl Gatsko. I believe this is not just an acceptable format when problems are solved by one person in the capital. That's why we support systemic approaches, and that's why we have proposals to have full-fledged examination of departments and municipal enterprises. And after we made the first brief and then published the results of the first inspection, and many operators from the market spoke to us, and for them to be supported, we need to have an investigation in the framework of the commission, temporary commission, as a result.
Охоронних органів.
Дякую. У нас ще запитання.
Наталія Балюк, Перший національний. Скажіть, будь ласка.
As I understand, to take down advertisement, you have to prove that it's illegal. How did you prove that? That's the first question. And you spoke about schemes, corruption schemes. Could you name us? Could you show one or two? Just give us more details how they work. Look, as how to identify illegal advertisement through requests. If local authorities, if Kyiv government complied with the law and published the database of advertisement, anyone at the computer could get in and check a concrete advertisement near their building, on their building, above their windows, street, etc., whether there is a permission for that. Because there is not such a database, so we cannot get such information through requests. And we receive such information through deputies' requests. And they confirm whether they issued permissions on concrete streets for concrete ads. And after that information is received, then the authorities should react. They should react even before to that, because some ads are just in front of public servants who are responsible for that, and then they should be taken down. When I speak about schemes, I told you that shadow market of outdoor advertisement it is feeding corrupted officials. That's problem number one. Second, it destroys competition, because now there is a shadow market. It's cheaper for you to pay for illegal advertisement because you don't pay official payments. It means that you pay twice less to the public servant, As a result, even those who legally would like to place the advertisement and with the permission, etc., they have a motivation to do the same because they're cheaper. When we speak about schemes, it's about abuse when they issue permissions and they postpone, they lose documents, etc. Secondly, when we speak about abuse, that's why when they approve and agree that an outdoor advertisement is placed without official permissions, so public servants know about that. They get a word for that. And one more issue is the issue of taking it down, because on Sagadachno Street, for example, as we found out, documents were prepared, but the work to take down that advertisement was postponed for some time. So there's decisions in different papers, in different offices or public service, and the advertisement continues to work. So, at the general agreement that is happening. Look, you say public servants. Do you have you name public servants, but do you have concrete names? We can speak about concrete names, and it will be more correct to speak about results that we expect from the work of Temporary Control Commission. But now it's clear that there are people, they run departments or utility enterprises like Kyiv Reklama without agreement of whom the abuse would be impossible, and it's easy to find those names on the website. I mentioned Oleg Kalinichenko. He's the director of Kyiv Reklama. He's a deputy from Solidarity in Kyiv Council. Did you send the request to the court? Not yet. There is a logic. Of fixation or of recording a crime. So we had some checks on concrete streets and around concrete ads. The more information we get about the abuse in the city council in that field, now we will initiate this temporary audit commission for us to study the issue systemically, and after that we will speak to the police. Thank you. I have the question. You told that you were able to achieve understanding and support of the mayor on this issue. How could you describe your dialogue? Because his support is very important. Because of high political importance of Udar and Solidarity in the capital, solving problems mostly depends on that political force and its representatives. If we speak about the dialogue, we have a dialogue, direct dialogue. We had a very good meeting with the mayor, and enough of time we're discussing outdoor advertisement in the capital. As a result, we see that our first agreements, they comply with that, and then we'll see how much political will he has to give an answer to problems of Kyiv in the field of outdoor advertisement. Thank you. If I understand you correctly, you told that we don't need to change even legislation because it's quite adequate. The problem is it is not complied with. Not exactly so. The problem in legislation and in decisions in Kyiv, they are big. I wouldn't like to go deep in that because we don't have enough of time. But I spoke about illegal advertisement downtown. If we take it down, then the city will look better, but it doesn't mean that these rules are perfect. The rules we have are perfect. If they were, then we wouldn't speak about these problems we have. And since we raised this issue, it means that there is a problem. Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing our press center about the